Okay, Zatima fans, so this information has been posted across the board, Google and a bunch of other websites that publicly release Synopsis information. Now, maybe I'll do some individual videos via shorts, but I figured to, make this easier for you to digest. Why not go over all 6 episode synopsis in one video? Less work for me. There you go. But hey, it is the beginning of the last week of August. My birthday is August 29th. So if you could do me a favor, hit subscribe if you have not done so, and thumbs up the video. Trust and believe, it does wonders for the channel. Now, without wasting any more of your time, let's go into the synopsis. Now, episode 1, beginning on September 11th. Oh yeah, side note, it looks like we will still be doing the 2 episode per week format based off these dates, the 11th, 18th, and 25th. Okay, episode 1, To Live For. Fatima is safe, but Zach realizes he must protect his family. Alright, so the theory that fans have is Jeremy. Go back to the trailer and notice it doesn't seem that Fatima was shot. It just looks like, she fainted from the stress, especially based off what the doctor in the trailer says. Stress can be taxing, especially on a pregnant woman. So it seems that, she wasn't shot and the baby isn't injured. Zach realizes he must protect his family, which I wonder if the meaning of this storyline for season 4 is for Zach to handle things differently, as in, Fatima, I'm going to protect our family. No, I won't be as quote-unquote reckless as last season. So I guess the title To Live For is, hey, I have something worth living for, and it's more than me simply giving it up because I lose my cool. So I am curious to see how Zach goes about protecting his family this season. Angela makes a shocking discovery. Now, I don't have anything to say right now until I get to episode 2. All right? Spring Forward. That's the title for episode 2. Zach and Fatima clash as they begin preparing for parenthood. I don't really know how they'll clash per se. I mean, I'm curious. Maybe it's due to Zach being more of a traditionalist in terms of, Tima, you're about to, give birth to our child, so no more work for you or something like that. I'll be the breadwinner, so to speak. But then, of course, we know Fatima has her own goals and dreams, such as finishing law school, becoming a lawyer, and things like that. So, and I'm trying to be positive. I'm not trying to assume the worst, like, oh, I bet Fatima's going to do this, or Zach is going to laugh. No. I'm just trying to look at things from a more positive perspective. It's the beginning of the season. They just came out of a situation where Zach thought he lost both Fatima and his baby. So as a result, I'm thinking that maybe he's being a bit too overprotective, which kind of makes sense in terms of, hey, I just lost my mom. I almost killed my brother. You and our baby almost died. And I just lost a baby by Karen. So I just want to make sure you're off your feet. You're relaxed, you're not stressed out, that kind of stuff. So I'm guessing that maybe they have different ideas of what, is going to happen once the baby's here. Now, in regards to the second part of the synopsis, going back to episode 1, Angela makes a shocking discovery. Episode 2, Angela must face grueling social media remarks. I'm thinking this could be follow-up from, all right, help me fill in the blanks here. Didn't Angela ask Bryce to get special security cameras for her home, and he messed up the password or something? It was an accident. It wasn't on purpose, but he did something with some passcodes, and as a result, those cameras filmed everything around her house. basically, and we know that Angela gets around and turns her various sexual partners, and then those videos eventually made it on different adult websites. So I'm guessing that even though Malachi, with his FBI connections, were able to get those videos scrubbed from the internet, that isn't preventing people who have downloaded the videos or looked to see the source of the videos essentially coming to her personal social media pages and remarking on her, based on her demeanor, her looks, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's where I think we're going with that. Okay, then we get into week 2, starting in September 18th. Episode 3, Who Left the Door Open? Zach and Bryce's celebratory dinner is disrupted by an unwanted guest. So, in terms of a celebratory dinner, I'm guessing this is due to Rise Ventures being back on the rise. Maybe Zach by this time has signed the contracts. Preston's check came through and everybody's back in the green now. And this could be the scene from the trailer where we have Zach, Fatima, Bryce, Angela, Preston, and Deja at the dinner table in Zach and Fatima's house. Now, the unwanted guest could be Deja. Maybe she just strolls over because she sees Rodeo come in. Maybe. But aside from that, I really don't know who this unwanted guest could be. I don't think it's Belinda. Not yet. Now, the second part of the synopsis, Lori is committed to working on her marriage. So, hey, fine, Lori is back in the show. And this could be the part of the trailer where she's at Zach and Fatima's and she's starting a fight with Belinda because she wants to work on her marriage, but then finds out about, Nate and Belinda messing around. So maybe Nate is the unwanted guest. Maybe Lori is the unwanted guest. Who knows? But either way, this seems like a good episode. Episode 4, Obsession. Yikes. Leslie is on the prowl as she begins to stalk her prey. Oh no. Now, this is the interesting part. Malachi is completely done with her as she spirals out of control. So this could possibly be Malachi's one if only appearance. Like, yes, I know Brandon is in a main role in the soap Beyond the Gates, but we know how fast Tyler Perry films stuff, right? So this might not be his only appearance, but this could explain a lot, like why if he's MIA for a while, because what's crazy is the fact that he's done with Leslie, yet you could argue he was the one that pushed her over the edge by making her fit the mold of Fatima for all these years. And now that she's spiraling out of control, you're done. Bro, you are trash. You are trash. All right. Episode 5, Lose to Win. September 25th. Zach and Fatima face off with Heather's great aunt Patty in family court. Hey, so at least we know that it wasn't Heather's sister in the trailer, but it was her great aunt Patty. Fatima takes on a new celebrity client, Sage. Actually, let me Google that. Sayge. Is this a real person? On Google, the only Sage that pops up is a character from that game series, The Legend of Zelda. This must be like a Zatima exclusive celebrity client. I wonder if Andy's going to be pissed off about that, like the players and Sistas. All right, episode 6, Seeing Double. Leslie's obsession with Fatima drives her to undergo a full makeover. Now, I'm guessing this is that one scene from the trailer where Fatima's in the law firm. Leslie walks right past her office and she's rocking the same outfit, the same hairstyle, and Fatima's like, what the? So, Seeing Double. And then finally, the second part of the synopsis. And you know what's funny? How I've been positive for pretty much this entire video. This back half of the synopsis. Dr. Reed provides Zach with much needed accountability. Now, this could be that one scene of the trailer where it looks like Zach is about to, jump up and punch Reed in the face, but he stops himself. And I said in the trailer, I bet Reed, says something that triggers Zach just to get a response out of him to prove he has rage issues. But if this is another season where it's let's dogpile on Zach, he's the bad guy, he's the one with the temper, he's the one who needs to be accountable, and no one else is in that same seat of judgment, that's where I'm going to have an issue with it. I'm not trying to be negative right off the bat, but you know how I feel about that kind of thing, where Zach is the one and only person who needs to be held accountable. Zach is the only one who needs to be called out for his rage issues and whatnot. Enough said. But folks, it seems like next month we're in for a decent 6 episodes. And of course, these 6 episodes are the only ones we're getting next month since the show comes back mid-September. Then after this, we have 2 more weeks, which will be in October, and that'll be the first half of season 4. So as always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you come across things on the internet that are not leaks, but legitimate information that everybody can digest, feel free to let me know in the comments. Yes, I'm aware of the leaks. No, I don't know everything about the leaks, because I don't go out of my way to look at them. I just know there was a huge spill because somebody forgot to turn off the faucet, so the leaks about season 4 are out there. I have heard rumors that people downloaded full episodes. Some people have watched the entire season 4. A bunch of screenshots. The social media is a weird place. My word of caution, if you have any of that stuff, don't post it. I've been told by a number of people, yo, so-and-so had their page or their post removed by BET or Viacom. Some people lost their social media pages for, they were kind of put in social media jail. So if you have any of that stuff that you're not supposed to have, don't post it. They will come after you. Enough said.